folks, DC7 here, and welcome back to Farming Simulator 2013. We're here on the Netherlands map. And thank you so much for the street cleaner starting up just outside my window as soon as I hit the record button. Yay! Typical, I'll tell you. Anyways, we are, as I say, back on the Netherlands, version 1.2, with the straw mod and... birds screeching on this thing. The straw mod and the soil management mod. Well, and the damage mod as well. But anyway, this is our cow farm, and this is where we start our day. But what we're going to do is jump in our filthy, dirty Jeep. And head over to where our first job of the day is. There we go. And, yeah. Now, I think ready to be is over by field 25. So... let's head over there, shall we? Now, normally, what we would do here... and I'm going to do that this time as well... Nobody coming? Good. Oops. Because where are we going to start our day is here. And of course, me being me, I actually missed the entrance. Bear with me, guys. There we go. Get ourselves turned around. My God, this Jeep is filthy. Considering it's never driven on anything but roads. Speaking of street sweepers, I think these guys need to hire one. So my truck gets that filthy driving on your highways. My God. Alright. Here's where we start. This is sort of our machine yard or contract yard or whatever you want to call her. And let's hop out here. As you can see, the header up there, we got all the gear for a couple of corn cutters and the rest of our scoops and grapes and manure rakes and all that happiness. And over here is where I store tippers and different types of trailers. Rah. In here we've got our working gear, sprayers and slurry spreaders and all that happiness. Right down to our baler and our bale wrapper, seeders, spreaders, mowers, and in here we keep our... there's our two trucks. Over here I've got a couple of telehandlers and our tractor supply, ranging from the ginormous 9630 triple-wheeled... yeah, it's a monster. I'm not sure why they say triple wheel. Looks to me like it's only got double wheels, but there you go. And we've got this little beauty here, a 6150. And just sort of a puttering around the farm, we got this guy, little 28. So, on the other end of the scale, we've got a relatively new Steyr, an older Claas. We've got the big Xerion for stamping up and down on our silage piles. I've got an MB, of course, because I like the MBs. There it is, my Kubota. Hello, Kubota. Happy orange thing. and a nice little Ford. So, as I say, this is our gear, and this is where we will start each day. We can come here and load up whatever gear we need for the particular job. Now, I've already done that today, in fact. And I'm going to cheat here and hop the fence. Oop, there we go. Alright, and we come down here, and we can see I've been over this field. And we can also see that here's the difference. If you have your chopper off so that you can collect straw, well, happy normal day, there you go. There's your pile of straw. If you choose to chop it, as you can see, it actually spreads it on the field. That's kind of cool. Pretty neat texture too. It actually looks like you've just spread chopped up straw all over your field. The issue I have with it, well, and I have written the mod author, and oddly enough, someone asked him the same question on the 6th of September. It's currently the 23rd, I believe. And although he answered pretty much every question afterwards, he didn't answer that question. And that question is, you'll notice that my yield here says 8%, 856 liters of barley. That's this entire field. Yeah. The other guy, like I said, that asked, that had posted on the UK forum about this, said the same thing. Look, you know, I did a field that normally would fill my combine 4 times, and in fact, rather than fill it, I've gotten this horrible yield. As I said, he didn't answer, so I'm really hoping I get an answer. If any of you know what the issue here might be, obviously this harvester works, and the only prerequisite for what harvester you can use is it must have that function to, there we go, disable and enable choppers. This one does that just fine. So, why we ended up with such a poor harvest, I just don't know. So, because yeah, at that rate, you know, they better be paying $20,000 a liter for this stuff, or we're not going to make enough money to fuel our vehicles, you know, because 800 liters of wheat, that's going to sell for less than what it cost me, probably what I burned in fuel in that harvester. You know, so yeah. Oh, here's our other Johnny. We got a 6210R. Kind of a pretty little machine, eh? Not bad. That's cool. Front linkage is all folded up nice and neat. Very cool. And of course, I don't need to introduce you guys to the 1800 Pro +++. It's sort of the general carry-all for every darn thing we have. So, now, let's find out, shall we? There we go. And that's it. Yeah, I mean, look at that. 1% of a trailer. 1%. So yeah, as I say, guys, if you guys have any idea why, I'd really like to know. Yeah, truly would like to know. Yeah. Because that's not worth doing. You know, I'll dump the chopped straw mod if that's what's gonna happen. Let's shut this guy down. He's obviously not of much use to us. Yeah. So, do we have any other fields that are close? We are on field 25, so let's have a look here. Whoopsie. There we go. 23 is not ready. 13, what's on 13? Grass, that doesn't help. 33, 32. Oh, 32 is wheat. So, let's see here. Where is 32? Okay, I think we can get to that without having to do too much here. Wow, can't see a darn thing. Might as well close her up at least. There we go. Well, let's head to field 32. Sneak across the road here when nobody's coming. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like this harvester so far. Well, other than, like I say, you know, getting such a teeny tiny little yield was not exactly what I had in mind. There's the way to our cows. Hello to cows. Hello to happy cows. Well, I'd imagine they're that happy. They're sitting there with nothing but their fields to chew on. Alright, and here we have so this is cool. Kind of an interesting looking field. So this would be field 32. Alrighty. See how we do here, shall we? And we have disabled the chopper, which means right now the chopper is enabled. Okay. Let's turn her on. I like the way it kind of sets the head down unevenly. That looks quite real. You'd expect something that large to kind of warble about a bit on its mounts when you raised it up and down. At least I would. Now, and as you can see, the chopped straw mod is doing exactly what it should. But if you look at our numbers, yeah. Again, we're going to be lucky if we get a couple of % off of this field. And this is not a small field. I really don't know. Let's have a look at the... Now, it does say that it is extremely acidic. Okay. Which means we can't expect a whole bunch. It shows no ferts, synthetic or organic, etc. So I'm hoping, against hopes, that maybe that's the issue. You know, it's just simply a matter of these fields are in terrible shape, right, as far as their pH and their nutrients, etc., etc. And I'm really hoping that's what it is, because you can see we're not exactly rolling in it here. In fact, yeah, I would have to say, I mean, this is just horrible. As I said, it's really hardly worth doing. See, by now, this harvester should be full. I mean, it only holds, whatever, 12,000. And a full loop around a field this size would fill this harvester. So I'm not sure what's going on here, guys. As I said, anyone that can perhaps help me out here that's got some experience with the chopped straw mod. You know, is it just a matter of these fields are absolutely freaking terrible? I mean, it's very acidic, wasn't it? Strongly acidic, I believe. Let's have a look here. Yeah, extreme acidity, 4.5. And let me tell you, I agree with them there a whole bunch. You try and grow anything in soil that has an acidity of 4.5, or a pH value, I'm sorry, of 4.5, the There's, you might be able to get a crop to absorb iron chelate. Beyond that, probably nothing. And chelated iron is much easier to absorb than unchelated, so that's a whole process. I used to work for a company, well, in fact, the biggest plant nutrient company in the world, so that's the only reason I know any of this stuff, really. I was their tech support. But, yeah. And with that in mind, there are some rather unrealistic things with this whole soil management mod, but they certainly are going about it the right way. You know, like the things that are a little bit off, yeah, I don't know that you don't want it to be that finicky, because if you actually look into it and look at the, you know, the factual end of things and the proper numbers, you know, the pH variance that plants will take up nitrogen at is considerably different than the pH variance that plants will take potassium up at, or iron up at, or copper, or, you know, any of the micronutrients. It's, so to go, you know, 6.2 is way too low. Yeah, not really. You know, in growth stage, yeah, most plants, as long as the soil is above about 50 degrees Fahrenheit, because soil temperature is another thing that will severely limit nutrient uptake. Unless, you know, as long as your soil temperature is above 50, I don't know of any plants, other than perhaps roses that just love acid, that won't take up just about every nutrient you could ask for happily and prosper with a pH of 6.2. Okay, whereas here that's considered off the mark considerably, right? So, but other than that, I mean, they are, you know, using a general range, and I don't blame them. That's pretty much what you'd need to do, right? So, but as you can see, we're not exactly chunking the numbers in. This is a big field, you know, and we've got 513 liters of grain. We've been around this entire monster field. So yeah, I'm just hoping it's because our game parameters aren't matching what they want for ideal yields at the moment. You know. Ooh, there's a ditch there. I guess I don't want to turn around that way. Should probably do one more headland. So far, I've had a little bit of a, whoops, a little too far off the edge there, are we? I've had a little bit of a play about on the map. I haven't done any serious work, obviously. I've just done the one field, but so far it's a pretty neat map. It's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I almost, and I might still do it, load in that hook lift pack that allows me to place a seed silo. Although I do actually have that combo set that allows you to place all the separate fertilizer and herbicide bunkers. So I might just do that, or tankers, containers, whatever you want to call them. I might just do that. Because although I like the idea of the contracting yard for my gear, I don't know if I want to go somewhere else to also pick up my seeds and stuff. I'd like to go to the contracting yard in the morning, prep the gear I need for that day, and then drive out to whatever job it is I'm going to do. That just seems to make a lot more sense to me. So, yeah. Boy, oh boy. We basically, yeah, at this point we've used more money in fuel than we've made in crops. Now I suppose I could have, well, I don't think I could do anything about the acidity at this point. I mean, I might have been able to raise the nutrient value by doing a little bit of fertilizing. But again, that's not really something you would do on a crop that's already this far along, i.e. harvestable. You just wouldn't. You start spreading fertilizer on here, you just turn this into useless. Right? You wouldn't be able to sell, use, grind, do anything to this wheat. It would be just useless. I mean, maybe that works in the game, and, it brings that level up, and all of a sudden you can get 4 times the yield, or twice the yield, or whatever the heck it wants to do for you. But, yeah, I'm not going to bend that far from reality that I start spraying fertilizers on ripe crops. There's no way you're going to walk out to your garden and, start spraying a green-up formula on your tomatoes or something the day before you eat them, because they're going to taste like fertilizer and not tomatoes. When it comes to crops like this, well, same sort of deal. You may not be about to eat it, but guaranteed you grind this into flour and your loaves of bread are going to taste like, God knows what. Urea? Probably. Since urea nitrogen is certainly one of the top ingredients in synthetic fertilizers. Boy, no, at least you don't have to worry about running back and forth with your tipper. Because we know that ain't gonna happen. But I do hope that the mod author here, the Chop Straw mod, does get back to either me or the other guy. I mean, mine just went in this morning. I just asked him the question, so if it takes a day or two, oh well. Whereas the guy that posted a question 3 weeks ago. Now, it'd be one thing if the mod author had, was just simply busy on, his own site or whatever and wasn't able to come in and answer questions, but like I said, there's 3 pages of questions and answers, and the only ones he seems to be answering are directly script-related people that can't get the mod to actually run. So, I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Like I said, certainly not going to jump down the guy's throat the day I post the day in question. But, as you can see, we're not, just not doing that well. But hopefully that's, like I said, just a bit of a glitch. Oh god, I'm terrible at this. Look at all the little clumps here and there. Oh, there's another one. Yep, missed that. Oh, lordy. Oh well. I guess my driving skills aren't exactly the, considered my strong suit, are they? Boy, I just missed all kinds of little bitsies and pieces, haven't I? Yeah, bloody terrible. Oh, well. But as you can see, guys, I mean, look at the little bit we have left. And then, yeah, consider the fact that there's no way I should only have 1,180 something at this point. It's just freaky. I'm afraid this map's gonna break us. I tell you. It's kind of a neat effect, though. You know, and if we can grind this in for fertilizer while we're waiting for our cows to come around, it'll really help. Like, again, I'm not sure of. I believe this counts as a layer of organic fertilizer. So, does this mean I don't have to spray the synthetic? I mean, I know that it works that way with slurry and solid manures, or at least it should. Hope it does. But, yeah, I don't know. Oh well, I guess we'll just have to play through. I've been trying to find out information. You know, I've been watching other YouTubers, but, I don't know what it is. It's almost like everybody's dancing around it, you know? Oh well, like I said, we'll see. But, yeah, we're going to be lucky if we even make another percentage here. So, a field this size, we're going to get 13, maybe 14% full on our harvester. So, you know, that's what, at the most, 1,500 liters? That's terrible. Absolutely freaking terrible. I believe there's actually chopper width current 12 meters. So I guess you can change that, eh? Let's quickly try. 8 meters. I don't want that. 6 meters. Okay, let's go back to 12. I just wanted to see what it would do. Now, I believe we have a 10.5 meter head on here. So yeah, 12 meters is probably about the one we'd want to stay with, I should think. So, yeah, cool. But our percentages, gee, I just can't get past it, man. Well, you can see our cow farm there across the cornfield. Cool. Well, here's 14%. Yeah, so we're going to pull about 15,000 out of this field. And that, my friends, is particularly sad. So, but anyway, I'm going to finish off the last row and bit. Of course it's going to be end a bit. And then next time around, hopefully I'll have an answer to this. If not, well, we will continue on. Not all of the fields are going to get to have the chopped straw. And in fact, this was a bad choice, because I do, of course, actually need real straw, too. So, I know this works on all crops. In other words, when I do canola, it should also leave a chopped straw on there, even though it wouldn't normally leave a band of straw to pick up. This is supposed to do it with all crops. Well, I won't say all. I don't know about sugar beets and potatoes. I mean, what the heck would you be chopping there? Chopping the greens back onto it? I don't know. And as far as I know, there's no sugar beet or potato harvester that has a chopped straw option, which is needed for the mod. So there you go. And yeah, ooh, look, 16,000. We're at 15%. Well, there you are. I exaggerated. We got lots. No, let me look at the size of this field, right? Well, I guess it's a good thing we own all of them. We're going to have to pretty well harvest all of them every day just to cover our gas and hydro. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it here. I will finish this field. I will drag my tipper over here. I may do another field or two, just the same sort of deal. But next time, well, I'll show you where we dump and store our crops and carry on from there. If you like the series, want to support it, please leave a like, leave a comment. If you can help me out with any of these issues, well, by guppies, you guys have been the most informative bunch I've ever met up to this point. I could use a little help here. So, till next time, this has been Species 7 for Farming Simulator 2013 on the Netherlands Special. And, well, take care of each other, folks, and ciao for now.